Imagine this. You buy something small today, just $10 or $20. No big deal, right? Now imagine, weeks later, you're still paying for it. Months later, it's still there. And here's the scary part. It's not just one purchase. It's dozens of them, quietly stacking up behind the scenes. This isn't bad luck. It's not even about discipline. It's a system designed to feel easy, but keep you stuck. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how this trap works and why most people don't even realize they're in it. Here's the thing, credit cards aren't the problem. In fact, used the right way, they can be one of the most powerful financial tools available. They can help you build a strong financial profile, give you flexibility, even rewards. So if they're so useful, why do so many people feel stuck, stressed, or constantly behind? It's not because people are careless, and it's definitely not because they're bad with money. It's because there's a side of the system that no one really explains, a mix of psychology, small habits, and hidden mechanics that quietly work against you. And once you fall into it, it doesn't feel like a trap at all. It feels normal. That's what makes it dangerous. In this video, we're going to break it down step by step, how the trap actually starts, why it keeps getting deeper, and most importantly, how you can stay in control and avoid it completely. Because once you understand what's really happening behind every swipe, you'll never look at your card the same way again. Let's start at the very beginning, because the credit card trap doesn't start with a big mistake. It starts with something small, almost invisible. Maybe it's your first swipe, a coffee, an online deal, something you could pay in cash. But you don't, and nothing bad happens, no stress, no pain. In fact, it feels good. That's the first shift. Because when you use cash, you feel the money leaving your hand. But with a card, that feeling disappears. It becomes numbers on a screen, easy to ignore, easy to repeat. So you swipe again and again, not because you're careless, but because it feels harmless. And this is where the trap quietly forms, not in one big decision, but in dozens of small ones that feel completely normal. You're not spending more because you want to. You're spending more because it feels like less. And by the time you notice it, you're already inside the system. Now here's where things start to change. But still, not in an obvious way. Let's say you don't pay the full amount at the end of the month. Just a small balance, nothing serious. And again, nothing dramatic happens. You just carry it forward. But in the background, something starts growing. Interest. And here's the tricky part. It doesn't feel like a big deal at first. It's small, almost unnoticeable. But the next month, you're not just paying for what you bought, you're paying extra for the past. And if it continues, that small balance slowly becomes a bigger one, then a heavier one. Not because you suddenly spent a lot, but because time started working against you. This is what makes it dangerous. The growth is quiet. You don't feel it day by day. But one day you check your balance, and it doesn't match your memory. That's when confusion turns into stress, because now you're not just spending money, you're trying to catch up with it. Now comes the part that keeps people stuck the longest. You open your statement, and you see a number that feels manageable, the minimum payment. It looks like a solution, like a way to stay in control. And technically, it works. You pay it, and everything seems fine, no pressure, no urgency. But here's what's really happening behind the scenes. That small payment mostly covers the cost of time, not the actual debt. So the balance barely moves. Month after month, you keep paying, but the number doesn't seem to go down in any meaningful way. It feels like progress, but it's not real progress. It's like being on a treadmill. You're putting in effort, but you're not getting closer to the exit. And the longer you stay here, the harder it becomes to step off. Because now it's not just about money, it's about habit, a cycle that feels normal, even when it's holding you back. So how do you break out of something that feels so normal? It doesn't start with a big move. It starts with awareness. Because once you see the pattern, you stop reacting to it automatically. You pause, you think, and that's where control begins. Instead of asking, can I pay this later? You start asking, can I afford this now? That one shift changes everything. You begin to treat your card differently. Not as extra money, but as a tool. A tool that only works in your favor if you stay in charge of it. You track what you spend. You stay intentional. And most importantly, you avoid turning small decisions into long-term pressure. Because escaping the trap isn't about perfection. It's about breaking the pattern, one decision at a time. And once you do that, The system that once controlled you starts working for you instead. So here's the truth. The credit card trap isn't loud. It doesn't show up all at once. It builds quietly through small choices repeated over time. And that's why so many people don't see it, because nothing feels wrong in the moment. But over time, those moments start to shape your reality. More pressure, more stress, less control. And the hardest part? Most people think the solution is to earn more, when in reality, it starts with understanding more. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Every swipe becomes a question. Every decision becomes intentional. And that's where everything changes. Not overnight, not instantly. But slowly, you move from reacting to being in control. So next time you reach for your card, pause for just a second and ask yourself, is this helping my future or borrowing from it? Because in the end, it's not about how easy it is to spend. It's about how hard it is to take your freedom back. If this made you think differently, share it with someone who needs to see it. And tell me in the comments, what's one small change you're going to make starting today? Because awareness is where it begins, but action is what changes everything.